we are making a craft for the lesson on I can be a good Samaritan or loving your neighbor. This is especially for grade 1 and 2. So the craft will be a mini first aid kit. We'll figure out about the stethoscope. Try and say that word 3 times very fast. So we need definitely pair of scissors, and then there'll be a printout for this particular first aid kit, and it will have its instruments or whatever is needed to take care of someone who is not well. Okay, so I realized that this stethoscope is quite large, and you've already seen it may not fit within that particular craft, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so I have noticed also that it's best if this is in printed, like it's on colored paper, or it stays white, so that the crayon and when you're trying to write on top of the crayon, it's quite difficult. So this in white or in printed paper, whether yellow, whether green, pink, whatever the color may be. So you have your printout. That means 2 per child. So this. So they have 2 papers, and then they will have manila paper or embossed paper to make it firm. So what is the main step? The main step is to glue this template, this particular one, onto the manila paper, manila or embossed paper, and then you cut around. So you will also need a paper cutter, or what we call a box cutter. Why do you need a box cutter? Because of this section. If you don't have a box cutter, I will show you how to cut it out. But for now, let's quickly, you may not cut as fast as I am, so just be patient. And definitely with the younger ones, if they need help, kindly be on the lookout for the children who need help because of this, especially for this part. If they cut it off, let it not be such a big deal that they cry or have to get a different one. But if they can get a different one, it's okay. But for now, the tabs are just there. They may not play such a significant role to us, such that if they are cut off, the craft is spoiled. So it will still work even though they are not there. Why am I saying that? Because sometimes we do make mistakes, and it's okay. So you have the tabs, so you just cut along. Definitely you need a little bit of patience with the little ones, because cutting this, so the helpers, be on the lookout, even for the teachers, you have that. So you have cut it, but remember there's this part where it will be the handle if you look at it from this angle. Okay, here. So if you don't have a box cutter like this, you just fold a little bit, and then you snip at an angle. You're basically creating, there we go. Don't worry if it's not straight. And then now you have your space to cut around. So here you have to definitely help out the little ones. So you have that, and definitely on the other side. Don't worry if it's not perfect. We are not looking for perfection. No, sorry, I was out of screen. And there we go. And you now have your tabs are there ready. So then you will fold, or a thought that has just come to mind. Let's see first. No, this is quite nice. So for now, you just fold along that line, and then you fold the tabs down and down and down. It's like the lock mechanism. Okay, so now you have that. Remember, you had the other printout, so now they stick in whatever order or whatever placement. Let me get my glue. So there is no particular order, it depends with where you want to place them. Is it a syringe or a syringe? When it comes to English, quite interesting language. So you have your placement of so I know I'm gluing it a little bit lightly than, so but it will still stick. And then we have our, this is a thermometer. Remember, there is no wrong or right way. So you have that. Don't mind the mess. We shall clean it up just the same way you clean it up when you're you have your medication. Let's see. Oh, that one wasn't stuck. Okay, so I can put my medicine there. I have my bandage, or as we usually call it, elastoplasts. Okay, I believe that's majority of the item. There's another one. If it's not a must that they all have to be there, it's best if they all land in the craft, but just in case, remember, it's not about being perfect. Now what I noticed is the stethoscope, as I said, is quite large, or is not fitting. So what I have done with the other one is, if possible, you can even make this one, you can glue this on a firm piece of paper, but this is just an additional step. So what I've done is, it can be folded into like that. Okay, so let me clean up the mess. Don't worry, I'll clean up so that you can see. So they can fold it into the craft, and then it can hang, you see, like that. And then when it comes to the memory verse, as that's what I was saying about the crayons and the effect, but they can write the Bible story, they can write about love that sacrifices, they can write what the Bible reading is, where the Bible reading is from, or whatever the case may be. They may write their names. So it's best if it's not, they don't use the crayons, unless they'll use felt pens. So in this case, you just need to write on these empty spaces, and here the stethoscope. I don't know whether they'll try and hang it around their neck when it comes, like the doctors will do. So, and then now you have your craft, and they carry it with them. So they have that, and you have more space for any more information, their name definitely, and they go, or any lessons, the main lessons about love that sacrifices, and whatever else they have learned in class. So that's your craft. Definitely this is brighter, but if you have understood why this is in this color, and definitely if it's on printed paper, it will be more, it will also have its own beauty and uniqueness. So thank you, and see you soon. Bye bye.